Ta-da! Haven't talked about this yet because I went on my bike ride, but smoking up some beef short ribs today. So 4 hours at 250. That's the initial cook. Then you stick the temperature probe in there and you wait till it gets to 200 degrees, and then theoretically it's done. So it's almost an hour after the 4 hours. The temperature has risen to 193 degrees. They look really crispy on the outside, dry and crispy. So crossing my fingers that it's moist on the inside and not a mess, but it is what it is. We'll find out and then figure out what we did right or what we did wrong. Right? Right. How exciting is this? So this is my first time using my ThermoWorks Chef Alarm. And you stick the probe in the meat and it tells you the temperature, and then it will alarm you when it comes to the proper temperature. And right now it's 3 degrees away from the proper temperature, so it's awesome if it works. Oh, the excitement is building. It just turned from 199.9 to 200.1. We are just 1 degree away from me pulling off the first piece just to get a look at it. 205 is the desired temperature. So at 201 I'll pull one piece off and see how bad it is, or delicious. Which is it going to be? Okay, I'm calling it. It just dropped back down to 199.9, actually 199.8. For some reason the temperature's going down. It's been an hour and a half after the 4 hours, so I'm pulling one off and let's see what it looks like, because having a bunch of burnt, dried ass beef is not going to be a good thing. So
I'm checking my yams.
Here we go. Ready for the reveal. Holy moly.
Beautiful.
There they are.
These yams look good. You know what? This might be pretty. You see my yam?
Oh, wow. These look kind of toasty.
Yeah.
As they like to say, this thing has bark. So this is the pepper. Oh, I didn't even say. Put with the glasses. So I pulled off the one of the 3 different types we've got on there. The one I just pulled off is pepper with the salt that Traeger gave me. It's a cherry wood sea salt. And that's all it's got on there. The second batch has the new pork barrel rub that I got on Amazon Prime. And the third one is Judy's, who put on just some regular salt, I think, some pepper, and some kind of citrus juice on there. So we got 3 different types of short ribs going on here. So the bark on this thing is tough, but we're about to cut it open in a few minutes and see how juicy it is, hopefully. Well, I told you I'm calling it, and I took it off, and then 2 minutes later the 201 degree alarm went off. So we're about 1 minute away from cutting this bad boy open and seeing what's inside. And again, 205 is the desired temperature, so the fact that they sit on there for just another couple of minutes is not a big deal, but here we go. Okay, it's time for the reveal.
Oh, look at that ring of red.
Well, that's your smoke ring in there. That doesn't look very moist, but then again, this was not a fatty piece. This was lean stuff. Oh, it is juicing. Oh, look at that. It's juicing in there. Oh, because that's fat
That's
over on that side.
It
There you
should
go.
have one line of fat.
Now that's some beef. What's for dinner? This is right now. Bye. Okay, it's time for the summary. The summary is they were overcooked, which was not my fault. So when she brought them home and I looked at them, I said, you know, these just don't look like the ones I'm seeing on the video. And the ones that I see on the videos, they first all come on a bone, and usually they have a fat cap on them, and they always make a point to show you how well marbled they are. And these had no bone and no fat and no marbling in them, and I thought, all right, well, I guess, you know, they took them off the bone or whatever. And so yeah, that ultimately seemed to be the downside, is that because there was no marbling in there, the juice, because I cooked it so to such a high temperature inside in there, it just dried it out. That being said, the outside was wonderful. The inside, although it was dry, it was softish in there. And for me specifically, when I dipped it into the barbecue sauce and ate it, it was really bizarre, because it was like kind of crunch, and then it just sort of melted around in there after that. Judy didn't quite agree with that, but yeah, so if a meat doesn't have a lot of marbling on there, then it probably should cook more like a steak, I suppose. You know, one of the reasons that you cook it to 205 was to release some of the, not the muscle, but whatever is in the ribs. It'll finally just melt away, which causes the tenderness. But if it's nothing but meat, I guess, then there is nothing to make tender. It's already there, and just cook it more like a steak and just have a nice juicy piece of meat in there. So we'll take that under consideration for the next cook when we get some beef in there. And yeah, overall it was pretty good. It was what it was, and it was edible. It wasn't like, oh, I had this totally charred mess and a rock on the inside. So that's about it.